You're meeting with a prospect. This is your first call with them. You're trying to figure out some real good information so you can then make sure there is an opportunity here. But what questions do you ask? I don't know. Well, don't you worry. I got some for you today. I'm going to share with you 10 questions. You can test them. You can try them. I guarantee you're going to see some power behind it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast here on TSC TV on YouTube. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we have some amazing questions that you could take advantage of and utilize, no matter if you're a business development rep or a senior rep, no matter who you are. You can use these in your discovery meeting to get down to some real good information. I'm not going to say them in any particular order, but I want you to be able to take advantage of these questions so you can get down to the real reason why you're meeting with prospects. And these questions can help you to be able to make sure you figure out if there's opportunity there or not, or if there is, or if this is something you can seal and get done quicker. I mean, I want to make sure you can thrive. I want you to have a better close rate. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and dive in. Some of the questions that are silly that you shouldn't be asking is like, tell me a little bit more about you. Tell me about your business. How long you've been around? Those are dumb questions. And I'm sorry to say it, but no, I'm not. They are dumb questions. You can ask those questions on Google or go to their website. Those questions should be able to be answered readily available quickly. And if that person doesn't have that information on their website, then I would question, and should you be doing business with them? Because maybe, I guess, unless you're a website designer, and perhaps that's probably a good reason to ask those questions. Well, you should ask those questions prior, or you can ask them, why don't you have this on the website? But let's say most of us don't have that situation. They should find that there, so don't ask those silly questions. Again, tell me a little bit more about you. Tell me, about your business, how you got started. Again, you can find that information, again, easily, but we want to get down to some of the questions that are deeper. So let's say I'm meeting with a prospect. I sell software, or maybe I sell, like, even our training company. We sell services like this. I'm going to skip around and share with you some of these. They're in no particular order, but I'm going to give you the question and then share with you why I like it. Number one. So, what problem are you trying to solve today? So if this person is reaching out to me, they're inbound lead or whatnot, I want to get a little bit deeper tell me about that problem that you're trying to solve today. Why is that a particular problem right now? These are, again, great questions for any BDR to utilize. The reason why I like this one is because that gives me an opportunity for them to be able to vocalize what the problem is, or what the initial problem they think is. Now, I might then go to use a question such as, what's the source of that problem? Tell me a little bit more about that. Because sometimes people have problem issues. Maybe it's something difficulty that they've known about for a long time, but they just haven't done anything about it. So this is able to help me to help them to figure out if there's a source. And if they don't know the source, then we can dig deeper and find out. What would happen if you don't do anything today? I love this question because now it puts it back on them to say, let's make a decision. I probably won't use this right out the gate. This is, however, maybe throughout my process, I can utilize that question because that helps them and helps me to be able to help figure out if there's a plan. Why is it a priority today, or why is it a priority right now? That's also a great one. I love that one because it gives you, again, the opportunity to figure out why the urgency. And we know if you're using BANT, you want to get the time frame. You want to figure it out. Maybe they say, well, we need to get a new office because our lease ends next week and we don't have a place to go. Well, that's great. Or maybe it's the software. Our software comes to an end in a month and we need to be able to, we don't want to re-sign with that company. Awesome. Tell me a little bit more about that. Why don't you, what happened with that company? But you see how that then leads to us going a little bit deeper. Then here's another one. Why hasn't it been addressed before? Let's say I didn't get that information before, so I want to figure that out. You might say, well, we've had the software for a long time and we just kept using it over and over, but we, right now we just feel that we want to get something better. Why is that? Why do you want to get something better? Again, this is a higher overview, but it gives me an opportunity to probe and go a little bit deeper. What would happen? What would a successful outcome look like, say, in 6 months from now, from us working together? Bam. Here's something. There you go. It's to give you whatever that is. And I love that because, again, it's that bigger picture that we are thinking together and we're seeing that long term. And it also kind of like go back to this concept of you're assuring the sale, that they're visualizing that partnership and you're visualizing it as well. I love this one. What would a successful, if you don't choose our service, do you have a plan in place to address this problem? Let's say if you don't choose our training process, do you have a plan in place? or we're just going to go back to doing what we've done before? Interesting. Tell me a little bit more about that. What have you done before in the past? Again, get a better idea. What are the primary roadblocks that might prevent you from implementing this type of software, this type of solution, or this type of equipment right now? Get what they're saying deep down inside. What's your timeline for implementation? Here's another one that I like to get from them. What have you purchased a particular product or service like this before? This allows me to be able to truly get some insights if they've purchased coaching, if they're doing coaching services, or if they have purchased any type of the offering that we have. Have you ever tried this before, or what have you tried doing before, and why? Again, that's another one of those follow-up questions, but it gives me an opportunity, follow-up after that previous question, but it gives me an opportunity to be able to figure out from them what are some of those remedies, quote unquote, that they've done internally. So those are some of those top questions that I like to use, especially in the early part. I'm going to share with you some more because this is like, it's my podcast, so I can give you more than 10. So here's some other ones that you could take advantage of. This one, I love it. What are the potential challenges you can foresee when it comes to getting a solution like this? So this allows me to be able to help them to, again, kind of visualize what are some of those potential roadblocks. Because the prospect may not tell you right away that, I'm scared to do this because of X. But if I'm able to frame something like that, they can start to visualize it and start to say, well, I don't know about the implementation. I don't know about the execution. I don't know about this. I need to get some kind of reference. I want to get all that stuff from them from the get-go so I can then know. How can I help make it easier? So I can follow up with that question. Now that they give me that, what do you think we can do to be able to make that job that easier so you can have a smooth implementation, or anything that would make that process a little bit easier for you? How will the solution make your life better? And then the last one that I like to use, if you implement this solution, how do you hope things are different in 1 year or 2 years or whatever your thing is? We kind of tied that one before, but it's another way of reframing that question that I like to use. I mean, these are some great discovery questions. They're very, very simple. The great thing about them is that as a business development rep, you're able to, they're not intrusive. They're just like these simple questions, but they give you an opportunity to get more detail rather than tell me what you're looking for. And then going into, well, let me show you a demonstration. Let's get further. And then we can apply the 5 why concept. I've shared with you before, and we'll link back to that in this episode. But the 5 why concept allow you to go deeper. Tell me more, 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 tell me more. Sounds like a good name for a song. Anyways, but the point is you want to get deeper down to the root cause so that we can then address the real problem. As a business development rep, my job is to be able to help get that prospect good so my AE can take care of them. And maybe you're the AE. If you're the AE, you want to make sure that you get to the real problem so you can then have a much smoother demonstration and a much smoother close. I hope these questions are able to help you. We have them all in the show notes again. Let me know if you have any need to get any help with framing your own question. More than willing to help you and your team. You can find all the information for this in the show notes. And as always, listen, I want you to succeed. I want you to thrive. I want you to find more of those ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. I want you to close more deals. But most importantly, I want you to take advantage of our sponsors and the great offers they're giving you. I want you to utilize those tools. I want you to raise your level of thinking, and I want you to go out each and every single day and do big things. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up at the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.